Kemba Walker is out of the rotation for the New York Knicks.
I just want to go first and be brief. You know what I'm saying. Joel, I've known you for almost 14 years, bro. You know, actually I know both of you for almost 14, 15 years. You know, we went up to elementary school together, middle school, high school together. You know, we've known each other for a really long time. You guys, we've talked sports in high school. We used to talk all day. You know, and then with the podcast, it jumped up. Now we talk sports all the time. Joel, your takes are literally the wildest takes I've ever. You are literally a Skip Bayless type of wild man. Your takes are but you're passionate about them. You're very, you know, I believe this without a doubt in my mind. I have the facts to back up what I say, and I love that about you. You know, you're real. Your Kemba take sucked. Like it legit was horrible. Like it was really like one of your, like the worst take you've ever said. You said you came into the season. Oh yeah, Kemba, he averaged 20 points. He still got it. You know, Kemba's still gonna be this guy. Kemba, New York, third seed. We're gonna do this. He's gonna come in. And I told you, I may have been wrong. I may have said Alfred Payne may have been as bad, maybe way worse than when I advertised. But I told you, Kemba is washed. He's not gonna give you nothing on defense, and your team is your coach is defensive minded. He's not gonna give you anything on defense. And if his offense is there, oh my God, he's literally a waste of space. And my God, you played us once. Kemba had his little fun run. He did his thing against the Bulls in Chicago. It was cute. And then you came up. Yeah, we're better than third seed. You started going crazy. Kemba this, Kemba that. Word. Ever since then, this man has been a shell of himself. Now he's out of rotation. Granted, I think Quickly has played impressive. I think Burks, you know, I was wrong about him. He's looked good. I think this lineup right now offensively has been a lot better for a year. Him and Randle have a little bit of a connection, so I think their chemistry is good. Fournier has to be more consistent, but Mitch has to, you know, he's been the same player for a while. The defense is elite, but he fouls too much, and sometimes he makes bonehead. Like he has a JaVale McGee IQ at times. Sometimes he just makes bonehead mistakes. But nonetheless, I think Kemba getting out the lineup, it probably wasn't I don't think he should have fully been taken out the lineup. Maybe, you know, gets minutes here in spurts. Like fully taken out is insane. But at the same time, he's cooked. He's washed. He hasn't, you know, that 20 points a game was not like it was a illusion. Like this dude is not good. And even in the playoffs when he played against you guys, like he just wasn't good. Like, and you can see it now. He isn't good. He doesn't have that same burst of speed. The jump shot is inconsistent. And if he's not scoring, he's not giving you anything else. Like that's literally it. Like he's literally Isaiah Thomas now. That's literally what he is. Like he's not giving you anything else. And I wish Knicks fans, you know, you guys love to say, oh, we got him on a good deal. Not really, because he was literally wasting your time when he was on the court. He was wasting our time. He's put you out in bad situations. So I'm glad y'all realized it now. 20 games in, bench him. He's not good. He's washed. And I'm glad we've come to this conclusion that he's cooked. And you were wrong, and I was right.
Okay. You said a lot there. You're right. Kemba hasn't been good this year, and even though his efficiency doesn't look bad, you watch the games, and he's been horrible. Knicks have been outscored by 122 points with Kemba on the floor. He has the worst plus-minus of any player on the team. Knicks with Kemba have a 116 defensive rating, last in the NBA, 27th in offense. Knicks without Kemba have a 99 defensive rating. That's the best in the NBA, 9th in offense. Now, Kemba Walker, I'll just say this about him. He's a great dude, always smiling.
Always smiling.
On the bench, and he's cheering. He's like our Theo Pinson this year now. He's become our Theo Pinson.
Theo Pinson.
And I like that, you know, because Theo Pinson brought a lot of energy to the Knicks. Hopefully Kemba can do the same. You're right. I was wrong about the Knicks. My morale about the Knicks is extremely low. I frankly have no hope for this team. I don't think we're going to make the playoffs. Play in, possibly. I understand that it's early in the season, but there are a lot of signs that show me that the Knicks frankly just aren't going to be good. I'll first talk about this. Alec Burks in the 3 games that he started before this Denver game. I'm not sure if Alec Burks played or not versus Denver. I don't know if you can double check that for me. Right now. But in 3 games at the start of this season, Alec Burks has averaged 21, 6, and 4. So he's been a spark. Kemba
He did play.
Okay, so yeah. So outside of the Denver game, he's been averaging 21, 6, and 4 as a starter. Kemba being benched allows Quentin Grimes to get some minutes, and I've been hoping for that. Even though I kind of want Deuce McBride to get called up and play because I think he can bring a lot to this team right now. But there's just a lot of signs that show the Knicks aren't going to be a good team this season. I'll say this, though. The biggest reason why I don't think the Knicks will make the playoffs is because there are just so many good teams in the Eastern Conference right now. The East has become the West pretty much. I mean, you have Miami, Brooklyn, Milwaukee, teams that we know are at the top. Chicago is a much better team than us. Charlotte is there. The Wizards are there.
The Wizards are there.
No. Chicago what? He can't say it. He can't say it.
The Bulls.
Yep.
Are a much better team than the Knicks.
I love it. I love life.
I look at Cleveland. Think they're better than us.
How about the Hawks?
They're better than us.
Celtics?
They're better than us.
Oh my God. He's falling off. Oh man. Do you think it's still a chance you guys get in?
I don't think so. And the reason for that is because you look at the trend that's happening with the Knicks right now. Julius Randle has regressed from last season. And it's not all because of him. Well, it has mostly to do with it, but Julius Randle's not getting fouls called on him. Last season, his foul percentage was at 12.4. This season at 10.7. That's a big change, right? Randle's shooting 33.9% on pull-ups this year. Last year it was at 41.5%. Last season, Randle shot 42% on catch and shoot shots. This season it's at 31%. Randle has regressed tremendously. This past week, tough stretch of games. We faced the Suns, Bulls, Nets. We beat the Hawks 1-3. Now, these upcoming stretch of games, Nuggets, we lost to them. We got blown out. The Spurs, Pacers, Raptors, Bucks, Warriors, Rockets, Celtics. This is a pretty tough schedule. The Spurs aren't a slouch. The Spurs are a competitive team. The Pacers compete with us all the time. The Raptors are good. They beat us already. Warriors is an L. Bucks, if they're healthy, it's an L.
Warriors is an L.
Yeah.
It just doesn't look like the Knicks are going to make the playoffs this year. I was wrong about the Knicks, and I have no problem admitting it. And it sucks because last year, before the season, we gave our preview for the Knicks. Tank for Cade was the title of the video. And that was my slogan for the season, Tank for Cade. The Knicks come out and surprise me. And we make the playoffs at the 4th seed. Now this year, we get Fournier, we get Kemba. Okay, best bench in the NBA. Okay, expectations are here. And it looks like we're going to get a lottery pick this season because we just don't look like a good team. I don't know what it is about me having expectations about the Knicks. When I have expectations, we stink. When I have no expectations, they're good. I think the Knicks were too good too early. We made a mistake by being good last season because we needed another player with a lot of talent. Because RJ Barrett is the only player Knicks fans are banking on to be a star, to take that leap as a star. He has the most potential on our team. And I frankly don't see RJ as a star.
Actual question. Is there any chance you think Quickly can become a star?
Not right now.
Well, I'm saying in the coming years.
I've always compared him to Lou Will. And some Knicks fans have really high expectations for him. I've always compared him to a Lou Will. I think that's who he is.
He can't be a little better than that, though?
Maybe a little bit better.
Maxey.
But he's not a true point guard. I think Maxey's way better than Quickly. Me personally, I just think.
Way better?
Yes, I do.
No, yeah,
Maxey's been phenomenal this year.
They kind of play alike, though.
I see Ben Gordon quickly. Ben Gordon. Ben Gordon is all-star. One.
But you look at the Knicks. Everything that could have went wrong this season. Kemba Walker showed that he's completely washed. RJ Barrett has regressed. He's not even shooting well from 3 this season. So last year it looks like it was pretty much a fluke. Julius Randle is worse statistically in everything. Catch and shoot jump shots, pull up jump shots. He's showing very little effort. Mitchell Robinson gained a bunch of weight. He's always injured. But because he gained weight, he's not as bouncy and as athletic as he once was. That's hurting his game. Fournier is a whatever guy. Everything that could have went wrong for the Knicks went wrong. And that's why we're in this position right now. Ultimately, though, Kemba being out of the rotation is the right move. But how do the Knicks revive this season? Should they even revive this season? I've been hearing that John Wall is a potential name out there from Bleacher Report from A. Sherrod Blakely. A source close to the Knicks indicated New York may also have a potential trade partner in the Houston Rockets who are eager to move John Wall. Does John Wall change the Knicks? I feel like he played well last season coming off of 2 major injuries, but he's another guy that's out of his prime. He's closer to watch than he is an all-star. I think the Knicks, I feel like we should just get a top pick. We should just hope for a lottery chance. We need another talent. Do
you think Dame, would you want Dame now? Because you were very adamant on not getting him before. So let me ask you, do you think a Dame and Randle would make you more, and I don't want to say, because I feel like that's not going to put you over the top, but it make you more appealing to get maybe a third star to maybe uplift you up top? You think Dame and Randle could make that? Because I think Randle can be a third star on a championship team. I think he can be that Chris Bosh, that Kevin, definitely that better than Kevin Love.
Relax. Being disrespectful. Kevin Love averaged 26 and 14 back-to-back seasons.
Whoa. Kevin Love as a third star.
18 and 10?
Yeah, I think Randle can definitely be that.
Well, Kevin
better
Love
than that because he plays
won
defense.
a 3-point contest.
What the hell?
He's a stretch big. Randle really, I don't know if he's consistent from there enough for him to really be complimentary.
Was Chris Bosh a stretch big?
Yeah,
Yes.
but Chris Bosh was all-NBA guy.
His percentages from 3 weren't like spectacular.
But you can still stretch. He hit mid-range.
Julius Randle, I don't really think he fits with other star players. I just really don't. I think he is either the best player on a team that's not very good outside of that 1 year with New York, or he's a guy that is going to teeter around the league.
I think you're downplaying his work ethic. And I think you're downplaying his ability to adjust. As he's shown you that he can adjust.
That's fair. I'll also say this. Julius Randle needs help. He needs help. His second best, the second best player on the Knicks right now is Alec Burks.
Yep.
RJ Barrett can't create his own shot. Evan Fournier is inconsistent. Julius Randle needs help. Do I want Dame? I'm not opposed to the trade. I'm not. I just think that if we get Dame, it's putting tape on a crack. The crack is eventually gonna go.
Okay.
I don't know if he will make the playoffs with Dame for sure. There's no doubt about it.
Well, what is that really doing for you in the long
run?
run?
What is it doing us for the long term? Who's gonna come
That's
in New
why I
York?
asked, does it appeal a third guy?
It might make sense because Randall's contract is team friendly. Even with Dame, we'd probably have a max cap slot, so we can sign a lot of really great players. I'm not opposed to it. And at this point, I think RJ Barrett's value is lowering the more he plays.
Yep.
So now's the time to tell Chauncey, here's your motor guy.
Yeah. And I think, Dame can attract guys to come play with him. I think he has that ability, and people want to play with Dame. It's just nobody wants to go to Portland. So now you put Dame, you put New York together. Now it's like, hey, look, Big Apple. Oh, look, Dame's there. So it's like
they're gonna go crazy.
Yeah, now it's like, maybe I do want to go there. I mean, we got Kevin Durant and Harden and Barclays. I can't go over there, but maybe I can go to the next best thing, Dame in New York. Better arena, the Mecca, Dame. Why not? You know what I'm saying? So I'm just throwing, scenarios out there that, because you guys can still make it work. You still have young pieces you can trade. You still have a really good head coach. You still have a GM office that's been getting better. So you still have things to look forward to, just not the play on the court at the moment. So it's still optimism in New York. You should feel like it's just tough right now because you guys just got blown out by 30.
It's crazy because the best move we could have made this offseason was probably signing Caruso to be a starting point guard.
Yeah, look at that.
Or that year, you guys could have signed Fred VanVleet. Remember, you were campaigning.
Fred.
I
wanted Fred.
That would have been a good signing for them.
Yeah, Fred is good.
Should have came back home too.
I mean, with the John Wall situation, is that like off a buyout?
44 mil is insane.
Is that off a buyout or a trade?
It would have to be a trade.
Okay, then don't do that.
Yeah, 44 mil is. I think even if he buys it, he's not going to New York.